Principal component analysis with Navure. To illustrate this procedure, we will use the test data named prosopis_origins. Locate this file in the test data repository. Prosopis is a legume genus that includes tree and shrub species. Each row in the table represents one tree. The trees are grouped by a class variable called origin, which refers to the locations where the seeds were collected. These locations range from central Argentina to Chile. The seeds were sown in the greenhouse and then planted in the field. Each origin was represented by 6 plants. The numerical entries in the columns from D030 to D505 are the heights of the plants on the 30th, 60th, etc. day after transplanting in the field. The purpose of applying principal component analysis is to obtain a space of reduced dimensionality to facilitate understanding of the relationships among origins, and to evaluate the impact of each variable in the distribution of origins in the resulting principal component space. To perform the principal component analysis, click the Multivariate tab, and then the PCA button. Select, drag, and drop into the Trials panel all the numeric variables, from D030 to D505. Then, select, drag, and drop into Grouping Factors panel variable origin. Now, press the green play button. In the output, we get a summary describing the total number of rows in the data, 138, the dimension of the original space, 9, if the variable was standardized before entering the analysis, true, the use of the mean to summarize the data formed the 6 trees representing each origin, the number of groups formed by the specified grouping factors, 23, and the number of missing values, 0, and missing groups, 0. The following tables are used mainly to account for the variability recovered for the first, second, and the next dimensions of the reduced space, expressed as percentage of total variability in original data. Typically, we are interested in the cumulative sum that says that 81% of total variability was accounted for by the first 2 principal components. The following table, loadings, accounts for the weight of each variable to the first, L1, and second, L2, principal components. Finally, a bitplot representation of the principal component analysis. Point connected to the center and labeled are the original variable included in the analysis, other points represent the origins. If you need to interact with the graph, there is a copy of it in the Graphics tab. For example, you can identify each of the origin points by hovering the mouse over the point and some information will be displayed. The case label identifies the origin, in this case it is origin 8, remember to click on the body of the graph to make sure it has focus. You can see all the labels at once by clicking the Series tab, selecting the observation series in the Series panel, and selecting the Show Labels checkbox. The origins are from Argentina and Chile. You can identify these cases when you run the principal component analysis. Let's go back to the Multivariate tab, PCA button. All the previous settings are kept. We select Country for colors and click the green play button. The results are the same, except that the chart now has 2 series that are not connected to the centers. One for Argentina and the other for Chile. If we go back to the Graphics tab of Navure, we can change the default color for more contrast, or select the Argentina and Chile series and apply a contour to easily visualize the grouping. Notice that the Chilean and Argentine origins are clearly separated in this reduced space. There are also 3 variables, D90, D120, and D197, which are the reason why the Chilean origins are separated from the Argentine ones.